Hey, April, what's up? At the car. Ooh, they're closing the garage door. Gotta wait my turn. Figure I might as well go live, sitting here killing some time. Hi, Latanya, how are you? Thanks for stopping in. I'm not sure if you're a regular visitor with Surf, but appreciate you stopping into the live stream. Yeah, well, when you're going through automatic car washes and it's sunny, you got to wait your turn. So I'm sitting here waiting my turn, and I figured I might as well do a little bit of live streaming while I'm waiting. Helps me pass the time. I mean, I could turn the camera around until it's my turn to go in there. There we go. Oh. I get out of here, I'm going to run up to McDonald's and get a couple sandwiches to take home. My boy's hungry. So, Big Rob, just sitting here in the car wash waiting for my turn. I was going to keep the camera forward, but they closed the garage door on it. Yeah, April, I'm not going there. You can do it. You're allowed. Not me. April wants to rub the Rob, if that's okay, twin. See? I knew it. I knew it. Innocent by far. I think I'm going to take a trip down to Columbus, maybe today or tomorrow. I want to go to that big motorcycle store and look at all their motorcycles they have, just to keep my dream up in hopes of getting one. Big D, what's up? Hey, thanks for the spot last night, but those guys took so long to come on, I fell asleep. CP sent me what they got out of the book, or the tickets, or whatever it was, so that was pretty cool. But Big D, I don't have the cash to roll over, so if you want that spot back to roll into their next pick, go ahead and do it. I'm all good for that. Oop, my turn will be coming up. They're going through the wind tunnel. Let me turn this around. The door should be opening up here pretty soon. You sure, Big D? Because you can do the next round. I'm good with that. You might hit the big one. Salutations, DS. Nobody was doing a book, April. Kate Z was doing a bunch of mix-a-ticks. And Big D won a spot in it, and he donated it to me. And they cashed out at $14.50 a person. But if you want to get into their next book, it's a buy-in of $30, so you'd have to send another $15.50. All right, Big D, I appreciate it. I'll probably just cash it out because I don't have the extra to do. Here we go. Ooh, it's my turn. It's my turn in the car wash. We're gonna wash the belly of my truck. Wash the belly. Here it goes. Oh, we're getting the belly washed. The undercarriage. Ooh, I like my belly washed. Oh, scrub-a-dub-dub. Scrub-a-dub, get the salt out. I'm in Ohio and there's salt built up underneath my truck. Wash the salt, wash the salt. Nothing like a clean undercarriage. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Stop. Stop, collaborate, and listen. The car wash is back with a brand new invention. Here goes the soapy soap. A-la-da-dee. Here's something about a car wash that's always fascinated me ever since I was a kid. Here goes the robot arm. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. There it goes. Tiny bubbles on the truck. Oh, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Yeah, it does. And it's going to be shiny, shiny, shiny red truck when it's all said and done. And it's got this stuff called tri-foam. It's like purple and green. Makes all kinds of pretty bubbles. Oh, they closed the door behind me. Yeah, it does smell. Well, it doesn't smell good in here. It smells like the pizza I had the other day. Funny how a car can retain the smells of something you carry home in. Oh, here comes the power blaster. The power blaster. Dun, 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 dun. Whoa! There goes the power blaster. Sometimes I still have the effects of the pizza. Well, it did the other day when I had my cabbage in here, April. Then I opened up my truck and it smelled like a big old fat cabbage fart in here. The smell of cooked cabbage and cabbage farts is remotely closely to the same. Ooh, here comes the colorful foam. Here comes the tri-foam. We're going to have purples and greens. Purple and green. Can you tell it's purple and green? There's a good purple and green shot. Ain't that the prettiest cool soap you ever seen? I like that soap. Yeah. A subscription to a car wash a day for a month. I don't need my car washed a day for a month. Yeah, I know that's what I need to do, get a can of fart spray and go around and just blasting everybody and then turn around and saying, was that you? Did you do that? Crop dusting's fun. But sometimes, true story, sometimes you got to be careful when you're crop dusting, because if your fart separator's broken, something might slip out. You always got to make sure that your fart separator is in working order. I always test the fart separator. Because trust me, it's not a good end result if it's broken. Because you got to stop and think, did I just feel what I think I felt? It's not supposed to be that way. It does. It takes a huge amount of control. Ooh, now I'm getting the spot-free. They're going to give me the spot-free trickle here. Good morning, Mary G. You come in at the smelliest time, yes. Rob, that is a true statement. That is a very true statement. Professional crop duster. Huh. I think that thing lies, though, because it says spot-free rinse, but there's always spots on it anyway. Now I'm going to go through the big wind blaster to get the water blown off the truck. Doo-doo. Ooh, look at it go. Look at it go. Look at it go. It's going, it's going, it's going. We got a countdown timer at 40, 39 seconds, 38 seconds. Ooh, getting loud. Getting loud. Oh my goodness gracious. Blast off the water. Look in the rearview mirror. Water's blasting off everywhere. 20, 19, 18. I can never time it just right to use all 30 seconds, but it's nice out. We get the gist. We had 8 seconds to go. No big deal. And it still didn't get all the water off of the truck. But if I went to the car wash up the street, they got people out there, when you get through with the car wash, they got hand towels, and they're hand toweling your car dry for you. But then they expect tips. And it's like the most expensive car wash in town, and then they want a tip at the end. It's like, screw that. My main concern is just getting all that salt off my truck. I ain't gonna go up there and tip nobody for towel drying my truck. That doggone thing's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Thing's 16 years old. I ain't gonna tip anybody for drying a 16-year-old vehicle. I'm cheap. I gotta have money to buy lottery tickets with. Everywhere I go, there's always someone there to remind me of how broke I am. And I don't have any money. I went overboard and bought cash words and cross bingo tickets yesterday. I probably shouldn't have, but I like, screw it. I needed some stress relief. I didn't win hardly crap. Right here's the most expensive car wash right here. Most expensive car wash in Ashland. Screw that place. I can't afford it. Mrs. Surf won $10 on a $5 cash word this morning. I still got some to scratch off. My bingos didn't pan out. But I'm going to take that $10 winner later, and I'm going to go back out to that same store and get 2 more bingos in case somebody hasn't got them, because I only bought 2. But the reason why I bought all the cash words is because I got the last ticket on one book, and so I went ahead and bought the first 5 tickets on the second book. And I got some more of the Decades of Douchebag tickets for next week's $5 a day video series. That's only because they pay $5 if you win. I'm getting tired of them Ohio $1 winners. Get 5 matching numbers and only for $1 each. That just really chaps my butt. So here we are at Mickey D's. Mickey D's. We're going to get some breakfast, even though it's 12 o'clock. This stupid car in front of me has 2 lines to choose from, and he won't go. Pick one, ding-a-ling. Oh, he's trying to see which one goes first so he can be closest. What a ding-dong. See, there he goes. He goes to the one where the car just moved. It doesn't freaking matter. It does not matter. It's McDonald's, for crying out loud. I can't see. The sun's glaring on my phone. You guys are chatting away and I can't see. All right, here we go.
Thanks for stopping today. What can I get for you?
I would like 3 sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffins, 2 breakfast burritos with mild salsa, and a hash brown.
Anything else for today?
A large caramel mocha iced coffee, and that's it.
Did you say large mocha?
Yeah, caramel mocha.
All right. Did you want whole or non-fat milk?
Whole.
Anything else for today?
That'll be all.
All right. Your total today will be $17.55 for a structure workout.
Great. They got new signs, new fandangled stuff going on here. $17. McDonald's, $17. Seriously. But I'm getting my iced coffee, DS. I'm getting my iced coffee. Iced coffee for the Surfinator. There's their dumpster. That's where all the hamburgers that land on the floor go if they don't get away from putting it back up on the shelf to serve to people. Big D, no, 2 of them sandwiches and a hash browns for my boy. I'm getting a sandwich and 2 burritos and the iced coffee. But don't get me wrong, I could eat it all. Surfinator Scratcher, that's me. Wizard, what's going on? Sorry I didn't get much of your stream in, but I just literally woke up and I was drinking my coffee and sitting on the porch waking up. Besides that, I didn't want to win on every one of your questions and have people get pissed at me for being a rigged show. So I want to give everybody a fair chance. So I didn't win all your questions. Some people, I tell you, get a life.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, how you doing?
Good, thank you. Large iced caramel mocha, 3 sauce steak and muffins, 2 burritos, and 2 moppicantis and a hash brown.
That's right.
Sounds great. Let me ring that up for you.
You got a good personality, young man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
It makes it pleasurable instead of coming in here with somebody had a stone face and says, here you go.
Here you go, sir. Yeah.
Have a great day.
Thanks. You too, sir. Take care.
It's nice when I actually have a pleasant attitude here at McDonald's because usually they're all buttholes. True story. Everywhere I go, people want to know. Tell them to scrub my beard.
Caramel mocha?
That's not mine. I ordered a large caramel mocha iced coffee.
Okay.
They put whipped cream on top of my caramel mocha iced coffee, and I don't do whipped cream on my iced coffee.
What's a caramel mocha iced coffee?
It's a caramel mocha large iced coffee. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 sandwiches, 2 burritos, and a hash brown. That's all there. You gotta check them, because if you don't check them, they screw your order up. They screwed my order up yesterday for supper. So, always look. Always check your bag. I don't care how many people's behind you waiting on their food. Always check.
I put the straw in the bag for you.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Have a nice day.
Everywhere I go, look at that DS. Iced coffee, iced coffee. I'm gonna have some iced coffee. Do-do-do. Oh my. Here we go. Oh, it's like a drug. So do you guys want the street view as I go home, or do you guys want me to turn the camera around and look at my ugly mug? You want the street view or the ugly mug? Do 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 do. I'll give you the street view. Street views are cool for people that have never been to Ashland. This building right here used to be a bowling alley. They turned it into the Ashland City Schools office buildings. Right here's Ashland City's South End Water Tower. Ladies and gentlemen, on your right we have the Dollar General, and to your left we have the local Pizza Hut. Then we have right here an H&R Block and the most expensive car wash in town. Right there's a Monroe Muffler Brake. They will charge you an arm and a leg just to change your oil. Mr. Tire. There's a Marathon Station. We have an ice cream stand to our left. Crossing through the red light, we have Little Caesars Pizza. What the heck happened to my screen? Oh. We have a family video. Cruising down the double lane. This is called Claremont Avenue. Claremont Avenue is the main drag of town. It is more dragful than Main Street. This is a street we cruise up and down on Friday nights. Right there's our local Arby's restaurant. We are now entering the campus of Ashland University. There's the car wash I just come out of. Right beside the car wash, we have our local Burger King. And up here, you see a bridge going across the road. That bridge is for Ashland University to get one side to the other, which some of the students hardly ever use it. They just like to jaywalk in the streets. But anybody can go on the web and Google Ashland University, Ashland, Ohio, and this is the campus you are seeing right here. That big tall building right there is the library. That's the tallest building in Ashland. I should be a freaking tour guide. BG, what's going on, buddy? Just had to run to town, get my truck washed, and I went to McDonald's and got some breakfast for me and my boy. Even though it's 12 o'clock, we still like to eat sausage McMuffins. The campus extends down College Avenue that way. Over here we have in the background is the stadium, but you can't hardly see it. We got a Domino's Pizza, a Subway. And this next building up there with the sign, it says Eva's Treats. That's a self-serve frozen yogurt place with every kind of sweet topping that you can imagine. And they sell them by the weight. So whatever you pour in your cup, you weigh it, and that's what you pay for. Let's see, there's a gas station there. If a Closet Scratcher was here, at that gas station right there, that Marathon Station, that's where we got our $100 winner on my Friday night giveaway out of that $20 ticket. It come from that store right there. Right here's our local Wendy's. Wendy's hamburgers. We got people wanting to turn into Wendy's. We got people wanting to turn into the drugstore. Something's got to give here. What's he going to do? Oh, he give up. He's pissed. Oh, he was dropping the F-bomb. That guy was mad in the red truck. Hey, CP, I didn't see you sneak in here. Good morning or good afternoon, whatever you want to call it. Everywhere I go, people want to turn the wrong way. Do. And here we have coming up on our right, ladies and gentlemen, is Taco Bell. Everybody loves a Taco Bell. It is the world's #1 producer of natural gas. This little building right here, Edward Jones Investments. That's where I'll be going once I hit my claimer. And from Edward Jones, it's going to go right there in that building across the street. You see that where it says Huntington? Get it focusing. Right there's my bank. That's where my claimer is going to go, right there. Random. What's up? Let's see, across the red lights over here, that's our municipal building. Used to be where the sheriff's office was at, but we built a new sheriff's department, and that's out Main Street. And let's see here, any more Ashland history. Okay, right here is the courthouse. That is the Ashland courthouse. That's where people get the slammer handed to them if they've been bad. Now this church right here with the big old green steeple, that church caught on fire years and years and years ago, and they had to put a new addition on the back end of it. And then right over there you see that great big vacant lot. There used to be a school building there. Years and years ago it was the high school. Then it turned into the junior high. Then they built a new junior high and high school, and now this is tore down. It's just a vacant lot. But that's where I went to junior high, my 7th and 8th grade year, right there in that open yard. Used to be a school there. And we're getting up to the north end of town where I grew up. This is Cottage Street. When I'm feeling lazy and I don't want to get out to buy my lottery tickets, there's a drive-thru right here with that Pepsi sign. In that drive-thru, I can drive through there and get instant lottery tickets without getting out of the truck. That's when I'm feeling really lazy. I just go in there and tell them to give me a $10, give me a $5 ticket. Here's a Goodyear store. We are now crossing the tracks. And in Ashland, if you lived on this side of the tracks, the north end of the town, you were the scum of town. You were the dirt bags. This is where the ghettos of Ashland was. And this is where I lived. This was one of the neighborhoods that I grew up in. And what I'll do, I'll take a quick detour to my house. I'll go down and show you the house that I grew up in. I'll turn on this street right here. And some of you already know that if you join me with lunch with Surf daily from my work, you guys are going to recognize this place right here, because here's where I get my lunch every day. And this little store is literally just right up the street from the house I grew up in. This street where I'm sitting here right now, I used to deliver papers on this street. And I would go in there every day after school, because school was just up the street the other way. I delivered newspapers to every one of these houses you see right here. Every one of them used to get a newspaper from me. Now, coming up here on the left, you see the big white house past this big parking lot? That big white house right there is the house that I grew up in. That was my dad's house, mom and dad's house. And then that tan house right now, that's where my dad lives right now, because he built the house on his property and moved in. So that's where Surf grew up. And now I'm headed out country. There's a lot of memories in that house. Mom and Dad wanted to sell the place and buy a house, but they couldn't find anything they wanted. And Dad, we owned 3 acres on that property. Dad owned 3 acres on that property, so he just split the property into 2 properties, had it surveyed out, and built his own house, because that's what he did. That was his profession. He was a carpenter. He was a builder. So him and Mom, they built their own house. And that's where Mom passed away. So Dad's in Florida right now. He'll be home April 1st. And then one day we get to deal with it. Not looking forward to that day, but it happens. It's reality. And we're just heading out into the sticks. This was my bus route on my junior high when I went to junior high. Now check this out. You guys see that big red farm back there? All those red barns? That house back there, I mean, clear the heck back there. They've got like this super duper long drive. Well, their daughter was in my class, so those girls, they had to walk this driveway every morning to get on the bus and to get off the bus right there. And there was mornings they was running behind and they literally had to sprint because the bus was waiting on them to get on the bus. I'm like, good grief, I'm glad I didn't live back there. I don't think I could make it. It's crazy. And this is where the bus stopped, turned around, and went down that street there, that back road. Now we're cruising on out into the country. DS, I really need that phone holder. I think I'm going to order one on Amazon this weekend. Just not sure how they're going to mount. If they fit big truck windows, if it's going to be too far away or not. Fields, fields, woods, fields. This is where the deer and the antelope play. Well, at least the deer. And we are getting close to being to my house. Got another 1.5 miles, 2 miles, but you'll get the gist. I'm going to turn on this road right here to get over to my house. So, you can see way across this field, all those white buildings, those are actually, there's one house and there are a bunch of mobile homes. It's a trailer park. It's for the elderly. So if you stood in the middle of that trailer park and literally walked due east, you would walk right into due west, I'm sorry. Walk a straight line due west from that trailer park and you'll go right into my backyard. So all of that woods right there is my view from my backyard looking east. I do a lot of playing around back there before the new owners went funny. But hopefully they sold the place to this next guy and he will let me get back there. Right here, my neighbor, right here, that's the sled riding hill. That's the hill I bring my son to every year to sled ride on. And that is one of those hills that I make one trip, make 2 trips, and I'm done because I can't walk back up it again. True story. And then these houses right here, I know you can't see them yet, but once we crest this hill, both of these houses right here, that house back there and this house, Mrs. Serf's grandfather built both houses, both places. He was a builder as well. And now we're getting in right, this is my neighbor right down from the house. This is his property. A lot of deer back there. You can't tell it, but that's my house right up there on the hill. By the red barn is my house. I know you can't tell from the camera view. But I used to cut through this guy's backyard right here. Known him for years. And I would come out their driveway. When it rains really, really hard, water completely goes across the road right here. So you can really wash your tires good if they're muddy. Totally crosses the road, the water does. There's a stop sign. Here's the dirt road. It's dirt, gravel, no pavement until you get to the bottom of my hill. But all this area right here is just all farmland. There will never ever be houses built on either side of us. Farmers don't believe in it. And by the time they do, I'll probably be too old and I won't really care. But my neighbor here, he will let me hunt. I can hunt down in here if I want. Gotta watch the potholes. Potholes are crazy on this road. All they do is they run a big grader across it and fill the holes back in with gravel, then they wash out again. Then we're going to hit the property right here on the other side of this tree line, starting now. All of this property that you see right here, which is directly behind my house, sold the day we bought our house. There was 3 properties at the auction. That big chunk of property right there is 80 acres. Our house right there up on the hill, that's my house, is 2.5 acres. Now this guy right here, it's a Mennonite guy. He just bought this place, and he's going to put that's a big, brand new, huge hog barn back there. And it's a good thing it's west of us, because we always have a west wind, so we never get the smells. We hardly ever get an east wind. And right here's the House of Surf, the Surfinator. You guys have all seen this view before. There's my swimming pool and deck. There's my house. Get out, get my mail. My neighbor's house, he's got a big old boat in that red barn right there. Big old boat. No mail, they just left the door down. But I did get my pennies sent out to MSQ and Ohio Scratcher. I mailed their pennies out this morning, so they'll be getting those. La-da-dee. Looks like they're burning some brush back behind the house. They've been doing a lot of work at that farm place back there, if you can see that or not. Straight back. There you get a better shot of the barn, the big hog barn. And I don't know if they're going to keep that old white barn or tear it down, but the guy that bought this place, his son is going to move into the house with his family. And then all that woods over there is where I deer hunt on a regular basis. That's the next house up this way. And right there is where Fire Chats with Surf are going to be at. And we're going to have a fire chat real soon, one of these nights with my day off, because we're going to have some warm weather next week. It's going to get up in the 60s. So at any given evening, you guys, keep the bell clicked on Surf's channel, because I think I'm going to have a fire chat. I got 10 zillion sticks to pick up in my yard over here. We get such terrible winds out here, and every winter we get a zillion sticks. And then I'm going to go round up some firewood to keep the fire going for a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. Here we go. I think I'm going to leave my truck out. I might go somewhere this afternoon. I don't know. Get our grub. Don't bring my wallet in here. I can't even see a thing. You guys are saying it's so bright out here. I've like totally missed every bit of conversation and chat from you guys since I left McDonald's. Look at my messy garage. Pop cans, equipment. Anybody want an exercise machine? Come up to Surf's house. I'll give it to you for free. Junk. This is what happens when you have a winter and you just want to throw crap out of the way. It just lands everywhere. Definitely got to do a spring cleaning. Everywhere I go, people want to know. There's always something waiting. Hello, I'm back. Hello. Oh, let's see here. What can we do? What can we do for your entertainment purposes only? Check it out. Right there's the $10 winner. Right there's a $10 winner. And I'm still working on. Ooh la la. I'm still working on this one, and I got 2 more. So I went overboard and spent 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I spent $45 on those cash words. Another 25 on my next week's tickets, but I also had $20 worth of winning tickets to turn in for them. So it actually only cost me 20, 45, 50. It only cost me $50 total. I think. My math might be wrong. I don't know. I really don't care. It's stress relief for me. Yep. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Baker Mayfield. Cleveland Browns. Baker Mayfield, number 6. All right, all right, all right. All right. I don't really know what you're talking about, CP, about all your pennies, but I'll take them. Of course, I'll have to pay exchange rate. Hi, Sarah. My goodness, I got 18 people in here. Who's watching? Everybody give me a quick shout out. Sarah, CP, Big D. Mark, hey Mark, how you doing? Random. Big Rob's still here. DS, Latoya. Latanya, I'm sorry. I'm reading fast. PH Man, how's it going? PH Man, if you're still here, it's 5 miles to work and 5 miles home, so 10 miles a day. Test luck, come on. Steve Baggett, how you doing, bub? All right. Lots of people here today. April's still here. April's a trooper. She won't leave. All right. Give me some food going. I didn't bring any napkins out. I'll be right back. Is there a napkin in the bag? You want a napkin? La la la. Oh. Tigger, don't do it. Opening up the door. He can't stand the door being closed. Dumb cat can't stand that door being closed. He's always got to push it open. Who am I missing? Missing somebody. So what's everybody doing on Saturday today? You just saw what I did. Went into the car wash. At Walmart. Walmart's a good store. I hate it. Being sleepy, random. Well, random, you need to stop staying up all night, get some sleep at nighttime, and you won't be sleepy during the day. Going to a party? Well, random, all I know is when I used to work overtime and I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you was in the music chat rooms over at Harmonies. DS is back. DS, my iced coffee. I like my iced coffee. I wait till the weekends to get them. It's just because I don't feel like driving all the way to McDonald's during the week. Right? Another cup of coffee after seeing mine. One of these days I'm going to learn how to make iced coffees myself. Yeah, working in a factory is not the greatest thing, but it pays good and it's provided my lifestyle, so I guess I really can't complain. I mean, it's not much of a challenge in your life to just work in a factory, but the money's good if you don't go to college. Oh, you're in Shiloh, so that's really not that far from here. My brother used to live in Shiloh probably 20-some years ago. It was like they was on Main Street like 5 houses down from the tracks, something like that. I go to Shiloh once a year for their ox roast because they got good ox meat. A guy I work with actually cooks that meat for the ox roast every year. You make sandwiches now? No wonder. No wonder the planes fell out of the sky. Dallas County, what's going on? Burrito. Burrito with no jalapenos, CP or DS. No Japalinos. But I do got picanti sauce. Mild, of course. I'm not into the flamethrower stuff that you digest into your gut. do 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 do. Some picante sauce. Well, Dallas, technically here in Eastern Standard Time, we are in our afternoon. It's 12 something. What time is it? 12:47. It's going on 1 o'clock. Random, I think this shirt came from Kohl's. I think Mrs. Surf went to Kohl's and bought it for me for Christmas. Oh, big time crop dusting. La da dee. Wendy's space should be here. She'd be asking me how I keep my beard clean. Hey, Steven, thanks for stopping in. Have fun at your party. 11:47 in Texas. It's 12:47 in Ohio. And in New York. do. I really like making my own breakfast burritos. I make them so big that you can't roll up the flour shell around them. And you always have eggs and sausage dropping out of them. April, how can it be 11:48 in Kentucky when you're straight down from me? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I make a two-hander burrito. And you got to make sure you got a plate underneath it so you can lick the stuff that falls out up. Hitting Ronnie button. What's a Ronnie button, April? Dang fat fingers. I know what it was. I wouldn't pick on you if I didn't love you. Isn't that right, twin? You wouldn't pick on me if you didn't love me. Everywhere I go, people want to know. It's the funniest thing. Everywhere I go, people look at me and say, "You're the Godfather." They say, "You are Big Rob. You're the Godfather." That's how much we look alike. Identical twins. How many you eaten? What? What are you talking about? These things are like the size of stinking your thumb. These things are small. I had one sandwich and 2 burritos. That's nothing. CP, I could eat like 10 of these things and not even put a dent in my appetite. That's why I'd rather make my own. Hey, Tommy, what's up, buddy? You just think I'm eating a lot because it's taking me a long time to eat it. If I wasn't talking to you guys, these things have been gone before I left Claremont. Because I could have the sandwich gone from McDonald's where you saw me pull out to that first red light where the Little Caesars Pizza was at. I could have a sandwich gone by then. All right, CP, I'll take you out to dinner anytime. Yeah, it doesn't take me long to eat my food at all. I'm the world's fastest eater. I figure why mess around? Take time when I can get it in my belly. Oh, that was just my appetizers. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to eat for lunch. It takes a lot to fill a diesel tank. True that. All right, here. Look at that. Now I can cover my whole mouth up with my beard. Ready? It touches my nose. That's good beard. Yes, I have, Dallas. I am Santa Claus for my workplace kids' Christmas party. I've been Santa Claus for 4 years. Oh, yeah, you would. Just go back to some of my videos before October. That's when I was still shaved. I'm afraid to shave my beard off. My face would freeze off. Rob's hiding. But you're looking right at him. We're identical twins. Nope, random. I'm going all year. I may not ever shave it again. And when it gets down to my toes, I'll just roll it up and put hair clips in it to keep it from dragging on the ground. Yeah, Big Rob's my identical twin. That's what I'm going for, is Duck Dynasty, Gandalf the Wizard, Dumbledore, whatever. I want that baby long. Tommy, you're my hero. 40 nuggets and 2 large fries. You're my hero, Tommy. I find myself doing this all day long at work. Playing with my beard, grabbing it, playing it. It curls, it goes in and then out. Two years again. This is the longest I've ever grown my beard. We're almost into April, and I started this in sometime in October. I wish I would have wrote the day down the last time that I shaved. I wish I'd have wrote that date down. But all I know is if I can make it all the way to November 1st of this year, I know it will be exactly a year and a few days long. $69 shrimp, that's nothing. Big D. Oh, I play with those too, but not in public. All right, Random, if you're taking off, see you, bub. Have a great Saturday. You know, how do you know I don't go to the gym? Gato, what is going on, my friend? Ooh, my battery's running low. Of course, this stream has been going for an hour of nothingness, and there's still 12 of you yakking with me. It just shows you how crazy we all are. CP, I go to a gym. Look, the gym is keeping me in shape. You see that? Round is still a shape. Don't ever let anybody tell you any different. Round is a shape. So the gym that I go to has a great big yellow M on it. It's my food gym. Hey, thanks, random. The round gym with the big yellow M on it. That's right. Curls. I just got done curling those 2 burritos and that sandwich. Oh, let me check out them biceps now, huh? Look at that. Control yourself, ladies. I know it's impossible. Ah. I know. I better be careful. I'm going to have CP having hot flashes up there in Canada. Rick's going to have to hurry up and get better so he can chase her around the living room again. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yes, I'm loving it. Mayor McCheese, that's right. Oh. It is getting hot in here. Control yourself, CP. Clear your mind. Get it off of Surfy's gun show. The gun show. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, the sun is out. Look. Sun shining everywhere. Yep. Woosah. Woosah. Yeah, I know. Everybody's going to jump on the Cleveland Browns wagon because they're finally coming around. Quite typical, but I've stuck with that team ever since I was a kid. I never give up on them. I can bench a 3-pound sausage burrito, April, left-handed. Left-handed bench on a sausage burrito. Oh my gosh. Oh. But it's only 3 pounds for a second because after I take a bite, then the weight goes down. Simon, what's up? Oh, just sitting here chilling out, Simon. Well, you stick with them Cowboys, Big D. Never give up on your team. Can't go jumping the fence. A drop set, Surfy. Don't undersell it. That's right. Well, you know, one thing, Simon, Detroit and the Browns are the only 2 teams that went 0-16 in their career. Just saying. That's right, April. My coffee's about gone. The coffee is gone. But the Browns went 0-16 and they're turning around and they're going to bring Cleveland back on the map. Seems how the Indians are struggling to get it done. And the Cavs done just blew it. Not that I watch basketball much anyway. 2 years in a row. Well, let's see what's for lunch today. Seems how that was just warming me up. Oh, what could I have? You know, I really don't know. I probably won't eat nothing until supper tonight. But I'm thinking, yeah, we might make some meatball subs. I don't know. Wings sound pretty good, but I don't have any in the freezer. I know if I don't eat supper, I might shrivel away to nothing. I might just lose all that right there. You know what? I'm not ashamed of my size. I'm 5'5". I'm 250 pounds. Never ashamed of it. Never embarrassed of it. Bottom line is, I just like to eat, and I like to eat food that's not good for me. I am what they call a carb-aholic. A carbaholic, that's what I am. DS, I would eat beef roast with bacon wrapped asparagus. I'd eat that every day. I love asparagus. Mrs. Surf can grill some with some garlic sprinkles and some black pepper, and that stuff's just delicious. Brussels sprouts too. Fresh, not frozen. Frozen Brussels sprouts make me gag, but fresh Brussels sprouts. Cut them in half. Fry them in with some bacon pieces, some onions, and some balsamic vinegar. Balsamic vinegar on your Brussels sprouts with bacon and onion. I can eat a whole skillet just for a meal, the whole thing. $3'11" and 275. Big D, you and me is alike, brother. You and me is alike. I mean, I made cooked cabbage the other day. I fried a whole pound of bacon, and then I put a whole head of cabbage in there with some garlic powder, onion powder, just salt and pepper. Cooked it all down. I dumped the cabbage on some paper towels to get most of the grease off. Put it back in, stirred in the bacon pieces with it. And me and Mrs. Surf ate the whole thing. Fried cabbage is delicious. Brussels sprouts cooked right is delicious. And I know there's other recipes out there for fried cabbage. Oh, don't get me wrong, CP. I'll take a steak any day. But I'm not saying that I can't eat vegetables and just have those for a meal, because I can. CP, you've never had Brussels sprouts unless you've had them cooked the proper way. Brussels are not slimy, April. You have to have fresh ones. Fresh ones sauteed in bacon grease with bacon bits and some balsamic vinegar are the best thing ever. They're crunchy like a crisp salad, and they're oh so yummy. All right, April, we will talk to you later. Get some rest. I know you're not feeling good. Make sure they're fresh. They got to be fresh. Don't try it with frozen Brussels sprouts. It's not the same. It's just not the same. Have a good day, April. Go take a nap and get some rest. And get your prescription medicine in you. Get rid of that upper respiratory and you'll feel a lot better. RJ sleeping? Oh yeah, that's right, Simon. I bet RJ's sleeping. You've probably been chasing him around the living room all morning, CP. Finally let the guy get a little rest. Sheesh. When I was a kid, Mom would cook frozen Brussels sprouts, and they come in a cardboard box, frozen, and she would put them in a pan of water and just boil them, and that's how she made Brussels sprouts. Now you talk about something that's slimy and would kick your gag reflexes in the second it hit your tongue. There was not enough ketchup and Parmesan cheese in the world to kill the taste of those Brussels sprouts that she made us eat as kids. Oh my gosh. It makes my hair stand up. Uh-oh, sneeze coming, sneeze coming. That one came out from behind my eyeballs. Thank you. Thank you. They come out of nowhere so fast. Yeah, Brussels sprouts she'd make us eat. Lima beans. Oh, I can't stand lima beans. Even to today. Today, I will never eat lima beans. Why? Because I don't have to anymore. Oh, I hate them. Hate lima beans. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the bless yous. Lima beans, Brussels sprouts as a kid, even peas. See, there's a difference between fresh peas that you shelled and peas out of a can that's just cooked on the stove. DS, lima beans and butter beans are different. We actually have butter beans up here as well. They're white. Lima beans are green, butter beans are white, and they're both gross. It's like when you eat them, you're like eating like dry cotton balls or sand or some crap, and it's just ugly. Ugh. The pygmies in the sky bless me today. It's terrible. What else? What else did she cook us? Peas were gross because peas were always like mushy, and they just rank nasty. I mean, we didn't have a lot of fresh vegetables as kids. It was always out of a can, so that wasn't up to our par. But when you turn into an adult and your tastes change a little bit, fresh peas out of the garden. I would plant a row of peas in my garden just to go out there and eat them out of the shell. Am I charging my phone? Not yet. I got plenty of time. I'm at 25%. I probably should go get my charger and plug it in, though. That's a good idea, Big D. Thank you, LaTanya. Fresh peas, shelling fresh peas is delicious. But it also, you got to shell a million pods of peas just to make enough for dinner. So they're a lot of work for nothing. Some frozen peas are okay, but I would just rather have fresh. I like to put fresh peas on a salad. That's good. Another thing I won't eat is beets. Beets and pickled eggs. Can't do it. Can't even do the smell of pickled eggs and beets. That's one of those no-nos in the House of Surf. Mrs. Surf eats them things, and she opens up a jar, and I literally have to open up the windows and turn the fans on because I can't stand the smell of it. Ugh. That's right, a whole lot of nope on beets and pickled eggs. And another thing I can't stand, it's a fruit that everybody and their brother loves, but if I even taste it, I gag, and that's cantaloupe. Cantaloupe, muskmelon, can't do it. Cannot do it. Ugh. All right, hey CP, good luck on your big spin. I hope you get big bucks. We will talk to you later, girl. I'll keep you updated on my last 3 cash word tickets. I was hoping to win enough to make a reveal video about them today, but $10 isn't worth a reveal out of $50 spent, so... See you later. Yeah, cantaloupe. I can't do cantaloupe. I nickname it in my house. I call it gagalope. My son will eat it. Mrs. Surf will eat it. Even the smell is just, ugh. Can't do it. I don't know if it's I can't explain what it tastes like to me, but I just cannot. It literally makes me gag. Yeah, Big D, maybe I'm going to run in there and get my cord and plug this baby in just to keep things happening. I'm going to go over to the comfy chair. Go to the comfy chair. The cat's mad at me because I kicked her out of the chair. She's like cussing me out right now. You mother sucker, you. Die. Now we're plugged into some juice. What's a calar abies? What is that? pH man, I don't know what that vegetable is. We could never grow carrots. Of course, we didn't have the good soil for carrots. They never grew straight. Our soil wasn't good carrot growing soil. Dad tried to plant carrots when we were kids and they would grow crooked. Oh, I go to the garden and eat tomatoes like apples all the time. We always plant so many tomato plants, you could go down there and take 2 or 3 bites out of a tomato and chuck it and go find a one that tastes better. Love tomatoes. You could literally go down there if you planted a couple cherry tomato plants. You could eat cherry tomatoes until you got sick because they produce so many. Potatoes, I did potatoes one year. Had 6 rows of potatoes and we grew some potatoes big as baseballs and a little bit bigger. And then every year after that, they just kept getting smaller and smaller, so we give up on potatoes too. Must be something about the nutrients and the fertilizer in the ground. Corn. Every year that I tried to grow corn, sweet corn, we'd always get a big thunderstorm, lightning storm with wind, and it would knock them down. And I'd go back out there and I'd stand all my corn stalks back up and stake them, and it just got to be too much work. So we go to the Amish and local farm market to get sweet corn to eat. But the year that I did get it, it was delicious. We had really good sweet corn, and we froze a lot of it too. Let's see, we had peas and green beans is another thing. Green beans, I love a pot of green beans. That could be a meal. You get a fresh batch of snapped green beans and some small red potatoes. Dice up an onion and throw in there with some bacon. Oh my gosh, I could eat a whole pot of that for supper. It is that good. And then, of course, there's always cucumbers. You always put cucumbers in your garden because who doesn't like cucumbers? I love them. Cucumbers and onion salad. So many different combinations, but the best thing we usually do is just cucumbers, onions, and a little bit of Italian dressing. Toss it in a bowl and eat them. Zucchini. Zucchinis we make zucchini bread with. We have grilled zucchini like on kebabs. There's not much flavor in them though, a zucchini. Pumpkins, we just grew pumpkins just for decoration. Watermelons. My son grew a watermelon from a seed from a store one year, and it was one of the biggest watermelons I ever did. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd have to look that one up, PH man. I've never had one in my garden, but that's all right. Now, Mrs. Surf. One year I did plant her beets, and she did her own beets, but there again, she did them. I didn't eat them. I wasn't even around when she canned them, much as I just couldn't do it. But beets are a hard thing because you got to thin them out to make sure you get the big ones, and the seeds are like the size of a pinhead speck, so. And I never had any luck growing cabbage or lettuce, any of that, because the bugs get to them. You got to keep them sprayed, and if you keep them sprayed, then you got to make sure it's washed really good. And just go to the farmer's market or go to the grocery store, get cabbage or lettuce. What else do we have in the garden? Oh, peppers, of course, pepper plants. I could never really get peppers. Look at this. I think she's sick. She never jumps up on my lap. What's wrong with this cat? She's crazy. She never ever jumps on my lap. Goofy cat. And she's gonna park it. She got her foot wrapped up in my. She got her foot wrapped up in my cord. What a ding dong. She's usually sitting on Mrs. Surf's lap. I think she must be sick. No, she took my spot. This is my chair when Mrs. Surf's not here. PH man, I will not eat pickled eggs. Pickled beets and eggs. Will not do it. Will not. This chair that I'm sitting in, this is no lie. This recliner, it's a leather chair, kicks out. My chair. We bought our new furniture. I bought this chair for me. 2 years ago, when Mrs. Surf had her hysterectomy and she was off work, she made me bring it from downstairs, my man cave, up here to the porch so she could have a comfortable chair to sit in. And guess what? She's claimed it. It's like not my chair anymore. But when I bought it, she's like, I don't want a leather chair. I don't want a leather chair. And guess what? She's in it more than I am. And like if I'm in this chair and she comes home, she's like, can I have the chair? So I have to go over there and put 2 outdoor furniture chairs together to have something to prop my feet up on. I got to go get my own chair to put out here. It's not fair. This is my chair. I like this chair. But it's not my chair anymore. Story of my life. Yep. Good husband. Yeah, whatever. I don't get near the rewards that I got coming to me, let me tell you that much right now. It's another reason why I like looking at you guys. I can still look at myself in the mirror, the camera, and see my beard. Yeah, well, if Papa ain't happy, nobody's happy either, that's for sure. So nobody's ever happy. Mom ain't happy, Papa ain't happy. All right, I probably should have got 2 of those coffees to bring home, because I sure could just keep on drinking another one right now. And of course I can't get up and make a pot of coffee because I don't want to disturb a putty cat. Just like that, she's sleeping. I think she's drunk. She must have got into some bad catnip or something. Well, we're dwindling down. Had 18 at one time, now we're down to 5 people. 5 people like me. It's got a beautiful Saturday off, and all we want to do is just sit here and chat. Oh, I might get out here in a little bit, get some motivation, and pick the sticks up in the yard. Hopefully have a fire chat coming up here one of these nights. Well, there's a certain knack or something how they making them at McDonald's or these coffee houses, and I haven't quite figured that one out yet, to make my own iced coffee taste like theirs, because I got the chocolate syrup and I got ice and I got coffee, but I just can't get it right. And it's easier just to go pay $1.69 for one as to try to waste the time to make my own. I'll let you guys know when I do my fire chat. I'll even give you a couple of days advance if I get everything rounded up and I know I'm going to do one night. But it's definitely going to be weather related, because the ground is soggy, the ground's soaking wet, so I have to dig out my rubber boots. But if it's not windy and we have a nice evening, like it's supposed to be like 60 on Tuesday, I think is what she said. That might be Tuesday night. I'll get my extension cord out there and plug my phone in, and that way it won't die. Because I can run an extension cord from the swimming pool down to the fire ring. Ice in a blender? Yeah, I could try that, I guess, but those are called, what the heck do they call those? Macchiatos, Frappuccinos, something like that. I don't like icy coffee, like an icy. Like, I like ices that you get in the movie theater, like cherry or blueberry or root beer. Yeah, Frappuccinos are blended up ice in the coffee. I don't dig that. It's like drinking a coffee snow cone. Not my thing. Just give me the coffee with the chocolate and the caramel syrup and the cream in it, and stir it up, and it's got to be the right sweetness. Yeah, just a touch of ice. Oh, one of these days I'm going to perfect my own iced coffee, because I do know if you look at McDonald's cup like the one I just drank, on the back side there's a line, a white line that it says fill with ice to that line. Then they pour their coffee in it, and I think it's equal amounts of chocolate syrup to milk or cream, whatever. And I think in the larges they use 6 pumps of chocolate to 6 same amount of the cream or the milk or whatever it is they put in it. I just haven't got around to perfecting that one yet. Well, Mark, welcome back. As you can see, we're still here talking about absolutely nothing but whatever pops into our head. I think we've gone down 13 or 14 different rabbit holes of conversation since we started this stream. Rabbit holes are always good. It's like you get that squirrel moment where you're thinking about something and then a squirrel runs out in front of you and you say, "Squirrel!" Ooh, burritos. I like burritos. DS, is that for a large, the McDonald's large, or a medium, or a small? Because I don't think 3 pumps would cut it. I don't think it's for a large. I think it's 6. But of course they got ice machine ices. You know, I have ice cubes, so the ice cubes are like out of a tray. They're huge chunks. Yeah, that's a lot of syrup, and your point is what? Your point is what? That's a lot of syrup. Yeah, and too sweet. There's no such thing. No such thing. All right, if it's too sweet for you, put your 6 pumps of chocolate in and 6 pumps of cream, and then throw you a jalapeno in there. That'll cool it down. Yeah, exactly. Jalapenos and iced coffee just doesn't sound good. I might make an iced coffee here in a little bit. I'm gonna put another cup of coffee on. Yeah, maybe in Mexico it would be. Put some coffee on. I'm gonna take that cup. I'll use that exact cup. I'll fill it with ice cubes. I'm gonna pump in some Hershey syrup and some milk, because all I have is milk. I don't have cream. So I'll use some milk. And I'll try to make it equal amounts. And if that doesn't work, then I'll have to spoon in some sugar. But I don't think they put sweetener in there. I think it's just the syrup and the cream. But mine is always sweet because I have them add caramel in it. I order a caramel mocha iced coffee. But every once in a while, what I like to do when I'm at the grocery store, the caramel syrup is sweet, and yeah, I know. When I'm at the grocery store, I like to get a carton of heavy whipping cream, and I just pour that in my coffee in the morning. That's a real treat. If you like cream in your coffee, every once in a while, get you a carton of heavy whipping cream and just put that in your coffee. You live on heavy whipping cream? Oh, that's good stuff. Just for your coffee. See, I had that stuff on hand last winter. I was in this kick. I was making my own buttermilk biscuits. I found a good recipe on YouTube. So I was actually making my homemade buttermilk biscuits and sausage gravy on Sundays. So you had to have, one of the ingredients was heavy whipping cream. And then I would use that to make my biscuits. And then while I had my coffee, I would pour some whipping cream in my coffee. And the biscuits always turned out really good. The sausage gravy turned out great. Problem is, you got to have a lot of space in your kitchen to make something like that. Big D. I'm not talking about whipped cream. I'm talking about whipping cream. There's a difference. Speaking of which, on another rabbit hole, buttermilk. Does anybody out there like to drink just plain buttermilk? Because I can't stand it. That's another one of those things that gag me, but I know there's people out there that will drink buttermilk just like drinking a glass of milk. My uncle could drink buttermilk right out of the jug. I got a buddy at work that can drink buttermilk, a whole carton of it. Me? Oh my gosh. That makes your toenails curl. Well, Mark, I tell you what, biscuits and gravy is meant to be bought at Bob Evans. Sure, it's fun to make it at home, but it's time-consuming and makes a mess in your kitchen. Yeah, exactly. Drink sour milk. Yeah, buttermilk's just got a taste to it that just curls your toenails. But it makes the best pancakes. It makes the best biscuits. Oh, it's just so good. Yeah, the biscuits, when I made them, I'd actually take a stick of butter and put it in the freezer so it's frozen solid. And then I would grate the stick of butter on a cheese grater into the flour and add the buttermilk and add the whipping cream and then fold that all in. It saved from cutting what they called cutting your butter into your flour. If you grate it up on a cheese grater, it's a lot easier, and it distributes more evenly. Yeah, no, I just got done eating food, and we're still talking about biscuits and gravy and food. It does, DS, if you like homemade biscuits, because that cutting tool, I watch people, you know, do that, and they're flying. I'm like, that would just take forever to cut frozen butter that's in pats into your flour. And even back in the day, you just used a fork and a knife to do that, to cut butter into your flour to make biscuits. I mean, that's what our grandmothers did. Who does that? Who has that kind of time? Maybe back then you could wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and be ready for breakfast by 10 a.m. 4 hours just cutting butter up. Oh, that's right, PH man. We would do the whole deal up. We would make the gravy and biscuits, and then the biscuits would come out of the oven, and everything would be ready at the same time. And we'd have some eggs scrambled up, some hash browns or fried potatoes going, whichever we was in the mood for. I myself like to make my own hash browns, but my family doesn't like them because they're always too slimy. But I was raised on eating, take the same cheese grater or cheese shredder and shred a potato on it and then fry them. That's what I was raised on. My wife, on the other hand, was raised on home fries, like little squares of potatoes fried in the skillet. Either's fine, but mine are better. Bacon, sausage, ham, I like it all for breakfast. But it's got to be good sausage. I don't know if you guys have GFS in your area, Gordon Food Service, but their sausage is just gross. Never thought to do that, DS. Wring out the potatoes in a cheesecloth. Maybe that's why they always stayed so slimy. Of course, that, like I said, that's what I was raised on, so it was never a factor for me for the potatoes to be slimy. Because we would shred up, I don't know, 3 or 4 large potatoes, put them in a skillet, and we fried them with just Crisco out of the blue can. And that's how we made our potatoes. And Dad would always dice up an onion and throw in there, so we'd have fried potatoes and onions on Sunday for our breakfast. And it took a long time to cook them. I mean, they was in a skillet a good half hour, I bet you, because you're constantly stirring and flipping and stirring and flipping, because you know it's a deep dish skillet, like that deep, full of shredded up potatoes. It's not like they just fry up like a hash brown. You know what I mean? So you were constantly mashing and stirring and flipping. Wringing out potatoes cuts out the cooking time. I'll have to get a cheesecloth and try that. Now, is cheesecloth something you reuse, or is it something you use it and throw it away? Because I've never used it before. Okay. Yeah, I love fresh sausage. I like to buy, you can just buy fresh ground pork at the store and just add your own salt and pepper to it and have fresh pork sausage, and it's delicious. I love fresh pork sausage. Can't you wring out your potatoes in like paper towels? Wouldn't that work? Well, yeah. A dish rag, a regular dish rag would be better. Yeah, I never really thought to blot out or wring out the water from a potato. You see, you learn all kinds of new things every day. You're never too old to learn something new. But I'm sure it would be preferred to use a clean dish rag, because the dirty dish rag, it's been laying around the sink for a couple of days. It stinks really nasty. That probably wouldn't flavor your potatoes very well, would it? Probably not. I tell you, there's, in my opinion, and this is just me speaking out loud, but in my opinion, one of the worst smells is a dirty dish rag. I just like, I can't even, I can't even just fathom it, because it's like, if it's been there for more than a day, and then you re-wet it to wipe the counter off, and then your hands just smell like it, and you're just like, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, sponges. We don't use sponges here at the kitchen. We got little scratchy things that you can throw in the washer sometimes. I don't know if it's mildew smell or what it is, but a dirty dish rag is just like, it just ranks right up there in one of my top 5 worst smells ever. I'd rather smell cabbage farts than a dirty dish rag. Ugh, it's terrible. Terrible, terrible. Hey, that's a good topic. Name some things that you can't stand the smell of. I can tell you mine. Old socks. Is a dirty dish rag. The smell of somebody else that threw up. That smell will just really just kill you. An upper GI bleed. I don't know what an upper GI bleed. What's an upper GI bleed? Is that when somebody's like throwing up blood? Well, yeah, I'm sure you run into some smells running in the boo-boo wagon. I wouldn't have any clue. Yeah, cigarette smells pretty rank when somebody just comes in from smoking a cigarette and you're not a smoker. Yeah, Simon. That's pretty bad too. I was going to say, when I'm a field dressing a deer and I puncture the stomach, the smell from a punctured stomach on a deer is pretty out there as well. Any animal like in the summertime that's been hit and is dead on the road, like a dead deer, groundhog, whatever, and it's been there in the hot sun for a couple of days, that smell right up there is just, oh, can't do with that one either. That's pretty bad. Oh, that's comparable to the upper GI bleed, the smell of dead flesh. Yeah, dead fish rotting in the sun's pretty bad. Oh yeah, another one in the summertime. In the summertime, when it's like in the 80s and 90s, and you had like chicken packages where you cook chicken and threw the packages away in the garbage, and then you take the garbage out and it's in the sun. Oh, the smell of garbage with chicken in it is just like, oh my gosh. How can that smell even be like that? It's terrible. Whew. Oh, yeah. There you go again. Give me cabbage farts any day compared to a garbage can in the heat. Ugh. Yeah. Only at Surf can you get into topics and conversations like this. Dead rats in the wall. Yeah, funny thing that you said that, Simon, because just last week, Mrs. Surf said she could smell a dead mouse in the basement. And I forgot that I had a mouse trap in the drop ceiling. And I pulled the tile down, and sure enough, there was the dead mouse in the mouse trap. You park upwind of dumpsters? Yeah, I can see you doing that. A washing rag in the microwave will sterilize it? Okay. I just throw wash rags in the laundry. We do laundry like every other day in here. I have to do my laundry about every 2 to 3 days, because I got to wear stupid compression stockings on my legs because my legs swell up in the summertime, and they have to be washed, and you can't throw them in the dryer or they'll shrink them. Yeah, a landfill. If you've ever gone to a landfill, it's like the smell of a garbage truck only 1,000 times fold. Landfills really, really just reek. Oof. I couldn't imagine being downwind from a landfill. But I'm sure you'd probably become nose blind to it and never smell it. But still, it's got to be awful. What else? What else is out there? Yeah, my truck after eating cabbage. All right, PH Man, thanks for stopping in, spending some Saturday afternoon with us. Yeah, Porta Johns aren't very pleasant either. Or like a oh man, that's terrible. Bobby, that's terrible, because this Bobby, true story here. When I lived at home, I had a refrigerator in Dad's basement, and in that basement, when I worked at the grocery store, there was some Limburger cheese that was outdated, and my buddy give it to me. He worked in the dairy, and there was like 4 packs of 1 pound packages of Limburger cheese. And I brought it home, and I put it in my freezer, and I was going to make like a catfish bait out of it or something like that for fishing. And anyway, I forgot about it, that it was in the freezer in the refrigerator in the basement. And my dad went down and unplugged that refrigerator because he said there was no sense in wasting electricity. He never even opened it up. He just unplugged it and didn't see it in there. Well, a couple months later, Dad went downstairs and he opened up the door of that refrigerator and slammed it and yelled at me to get down in the basement. And I go down in the basement and he says, I don't know what you had in there. He says, but you're cleaning it out now. So let me tell you, Limburger cheese in an unplugged refrigerator for a while was not, I repeat, was not pleasant at all. True story. I mean, I literally went out, I got rubber gloves. I put my a ski mask on that covered your nose, like one of them snowmobile masks, that covered your nose. I had a long sleeve shirt on, and I had this like small little shovel. I was just scraping stuff and throwing it in this cardboard box. Clean, duct taping whole refrigerators and throwing them out. I can believe that. Oh my gosh. 2 months of bad food. That had to be awful. Yeah, I can just imagine. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And of course, my feet aren't the pleasant smell after a day wearing leather work boots at a factory. Mrs. Surf would say I have sewer feet. Can't help it. That's another reason why I want to hit a claimer and get out of a factory, so I'd never have to wear those steel toe boots again. I'd wear nothing but Crocs. I like my Crocs. Yeah, let's hope, Big D. Let's hope. Who knows? I might have. What I got over there? I could have $300,000 sitting on my table over there. I got to scratch it off yet. You just never know. But we'll wrap this up here in another. Oh, we'll give it a 2-hour stream. Give it another 8 minutes and we'll wrap this one up. That way you guys who need to take a nap can take a nap. I can take a nap or go out and pick up sticks, whichever one sounds better. What sounds better, picking up sticks or taking a nap? That's a tough one. Decisions. Man, I just don't know. I just don't know which way I'm going to go with that. Yeah, Simon baby diapers are worse. Of course, some of the diapers I changed on my son was just terrible. Well, you woke up 2 hours ago. I woke up at about 8:15 this morning. I've had a pretty rough morning. Been scratching off those crosswords and bingo tickets was kind of took a lot out of me. Then I had to go wash my truck. That was pretty exhausting there. Ate my McDonald's. Yep, pretty tough. Oh, another smell. Another smell. I don't know if anybody's ever done this or not, but if you've ever cleaned out your own gutters and you got all that, it's clogged up where the leaves wouldn't go down through the basket that catches the leaves and stuff. So you got your gutter full of decaying leaves. And I found a dead bird in that puddle once. Oh my gosh, that smell was killer. It was just awful, like sludge smell. Ooh, it's just nasty. Been up there cooking in the gutters for who knows how long. Rotten chitlins. What else? Yeah, I think we covered most of them. Yep. I think we got the worst smells covered. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, rotten eggs are a bad one. Ooh. A rotten egg. Oh, yeah. So many unique and wonderful bad smells out there. Another good one is when I was a kid and we'd go fishing and you'd buy a dozen night crawlers to go fishing with. And then you'd put your container of night crawlers in the bottom of your tackle box to take home. And you forgot and you left the night crawlers in there. And then like a week later, you open up your tackle box and whoo, oh my gosh, that smell would be atrocious. Terrible smell. Yeah, rotten worms, terrible. But on the other hand, in the summertime, you can throw them packages of chicken out when it's really, really hot and nasty. And then the flies will go lay their eggs on it. Then you get maggots on there, and the maggots get to be that perfect size for fishing bait. You can get your own fishing bait for free. Bluegills love maggots. It's what we use ice fishing. We use maggots for ice fishing. Everybody's chiming down. I think everybody's getting ready to take a nap. You know, Dallas, believe it or not, if you can get some black walnut hulls and mix black walnut hulls into a bucket of water and pour that on the ground, there's something in the black walnut hulls that'll make the worms come right out of the ground. It's something about the acid or something in it that just brings them right up. But you gotta rinse them off because it really like will kill them. That's why if it ever rains, you'd never find night crawlers underneath a black walnut tree, because there's no worms in that ground because of from the black walnut hulls. And also, just straight up dish soap would work. Like soak the ground and get a bucket of soapy water and dump it. Yeah, we did the worm shocker deal. They actually, Bass Pro Shops sold a tool called the worm shocker that you could stick in the ground and plug in, and it would zap the worms up out of the ground. We had made our own, which was not safe, but we took an orange extension cord, cut it off, and wrapped them around steel rods and pounded them in the ground and did the same thing. All right, DS, you taking off? Go make that overtime. Thanks for stopping in and joining the chat, DS. We will talk to you guys later. Get out there and save some lives. I'm going to be turning this off here in another minute or so anyway, myself. And I'll let you know what night that fire chat's going to go, because if it keeps warming up and it's not windy, we'll have one this week. See you guys later. Yeah, that's Dallas. Those were all tricks you did when you was a kid. All right, Big D, thanks for stopping in. I'm going to end this here in a minute anyway, but I was getting back to Dallas. You know, we did all that stuff as kids because we didn't have the money. Now I can afford, if I need some fishing bait, I can just go to the store and buy a box of worms or whatever I want. You know, just last summer, after a heavy rain, I went outside and I picked up night crawlers to go fishing with, and I'm just too old for that. I'm too old, I'm too fat, it hurts my back. I'm just like, I can go right up to the store and buy a box of worms for $3 and it doesn't break my wallet, and I can go catch some fish. Doing all that to save money, overrated anymore. Simon, you are right, burning hair does stink as well. So guys, this rambling's been going on 2 hours. I'm going to turn this off. Everybody, thanks for stopping in on this Saturday. If there's live streams later, we might join in. Who knows what's going on, but everybody have a great afternoon. I'm going to end this now. We will talk to you guys later. So long, Sarah. Thanks for listening in. Have a great day, guys.